get the chip with the national champions again. 3 out of 4 years. I'm going to just open with that. Wow, a big wow. Just for you, 3 times in 4 years, and you were so close last year. We won't go back to that, but just tell me what ran through your mind when they said Pearl River champions again.
I mean, we worked really hard this season, and like you said, we won't mention last season, but we were really driven by last season. Not that it was not successful, but we had gone and knew what it felt like not to hear our names, and so I feel like the girls were really driven by that, and to hear it called out, I mean, they worked for it. They earned it.
We got Zoey Feazell from Mendenhall. We've got Sammi Vaughan from Poplarville. We'll go with you first, Zoey. What a feeling, huh?
All I could think about all week was last year when they called us to second place, and I remember telling Coach Sarah backstage that I didn't want that feeling again. So we just did everything that we could to work hard to make sure that we did everything we could to make sure that we came out successful. And the girls, we just trusted in each other and just had faith in everything that we did.
So, Sammi, you were on a national championship in high school, but then last year didn't get it. What was it like for you? 1, being from Poplarville, 1, and 2, getting a chance in your second year to win it.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. So, in my senior year of high school, that was our first year ever going to national. So that was a very unique experience, and get to do it. We won that in game day, and then coming here, I was just so excited to be on the Pro River Cheer team. You know, they've won back to back, so I was getting to be on the team with all these girls who had so much experience, and the coach Sarah being coached by her. And then we went to nationals, and it was a great experience for me. I learned a lot being there, and we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but I think we grew as a team, grew as a program from that experience. And then we took that experience, and that's what led to us coming on top this year, I believe.
Sarah, let's talk about how it unfolded there. I mean, you finished pretty much going into the finals there. You had a slim lead. What did you tell the team?
Told them to do the exact same thing that they do every single day in practice and what they had done in semifinals, and that it would be enough to get them the national championship. And they are made of steel. They did not falter at all. They said, yes, ma'am, we got you, and they sure did.
What do you remember about that moment, Sammi?
Coach Sarah told us that we had our goals set before we left, and that we had made our first goal, so it's time to go get that second goal.
Now, you both have competed. You played volleyball as well in high school. You played basketball. Being athletes and then cheer. Talk about the comparisons of that. I mean, it's competition no matter what, but first when you look at competition from playing basketball to cheering, similarities, what's it about?
I tell people all the time, it's a bit different for me because basketball, you have several games to get it right. You have 7 tries, but cheer is like you get that one try to make it to finals, and then once you get the finals, you have one more try to try to win the national championship. And so we just set each goal. The first goal was to make it to finals. The second goal was hit our routine, and we did exactly what we came there to do. And so that was just the biggest thing, and I was happy with the outcome, knowing that we did what we set our goals to be.
Sammi?
Yeah, for sure. Just going in there, knowing our goals, and crushing it like we were supposed to do. Yes, sir. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Question. Being in sports, yeah, it's in volleyball or just in seeing all these other student athletes on campus, we put in just as much work. But like Zoey said, that there's games, like we're at basketball games, so we've been at basketball games since November. But there is only you get 2 minutes and 30 seconds to show the world what you've been working on all season long.
What you accomplished is unheard of at any level, at the college level. And I'm not sure people understand what it takes, and I like what Zoey said. We had this conversation earlier before you got ready for competition about, you get one shot.
Yeah.
And that's one thing people have to remember. You get one shot at this. You don't get 5 games and, we get in the playoffs. You don't get, a doubleheader. You got to win one of the 2. You get one shot. From your perspective of coach, how do you approach that with them mentally? Because to me, that's the hardest part of this is getting mentally prepared to go out there and do it.
I'm going to go a little off script and just clarify real quick, because we're talking about last year in second place and we won this year. We do compete in 2 divisions.
Right.
And last year was our first year to do that, and we came away with a 4th place and a 2nd place. And, that overall was not what we wanted. And so this year we walked away with a 1st place and also still a 2nd place. But the feeling was so different. So I do want to clarify that and say that this year we won game day, which is our 2nd time to ever competed, first time to win it. So that was a huge accomplishment, made history there. And then we have been top 2 since 2022 in traditional. So just want to clarify in case anybody's listening and thinking, wait a minute, what is she talking about? But mentally, we do the same thing every day. And I do have to brag on them. They really are made of steel. We come into Shivers Gym all through Thanksgiving break, 2 days during Thanksgiving break, 2 days during Christmas break. These girls don't leave for the holidays except, a few days here and there. And they are just they thrive on that rhythm and on that structure, and we do the same thing every day, day in and day out. And when something goes wrong at practice, I will tell them, and sometimes I do get mad, they know that, but if something goes wrong at practice, I always say, okay, let's talk about this. If this happens on the mat, how are we going to react, and what is our response going to be if this happens? And then second of all, how do we make sure it does not happen? So we use everything as a teachable moment so that they're completely ready, or as ready as they can be.
So years down the road, children, grandchildren, whoever, you're going to say, hey, we were a national championship. And looking at that, that's important. But your time at Pearl River, I'll go with you first, Sammy. Just your time at Pearl River. Give us an insight of what it's been like for you. I mean, you're from Poplarville. You know all about Pearl River, but what's it been like for you personally?
It's been a great experience. I couldn't have asked for a better experience out of Pearl River. Last year was great. I had the opportunity to grow in cheerleading. Out of high school, I wasn't the best, Poplarville maybe, but then you get into this big scheme of college, it's a whole different realm of athletes that are also trying to get on the same team that you're getting on. But, learning and growing, getting on the team last year, and then growing from that, and then having this opportunity to get a national championship with Pearl River and being a part of that legacy. It's a great experience.
Zoe, from the Highway 49 area of Mendenhall, I know there's a lot of rivalries up there, you know, in that area, Mendenhall, McGee, and all that. But when you came to Pearl River, did you expect all this?
I did it. I didn't know what to expect. I kind of came in very blind, being that I came from playing basketball to just a big transition this year. But being here at Pearl River, it kind of made me feel like I was at home. The atmosphere, the way people treat you here, it's just like it's full of love. So I felt very comfortable as soon as I stepped into cheer. As soon as I stepped in on this campus in Poplarville, I wanted to start my career off at any other place.
Both of you ladies have chosen to go into education. I think that's so cool. You've been under a great coach here for 2 years, but just the decision to go, I'll go with you first, Sammy, the decision to go into education.
I've been around educators my whole life. I feel very comfortable being in that role of a leader and educating. And also, I feel like there's hopes to maybe one day lead a cheer team, and maybe I'll call Coach Sarah up, get her to help me out one day. But just being able to do and mentor students like my teachers in the past have done for me, so I'm just excited to be able to put that onto other students.
Zoe?
Same with Sammy. My mom's a principal. She's been in education my whole life. I said I didn't want to do it. I tried to find any other career but to do it, but it just kept coming back. It's like a calling, and just knowing that you can change someone's life, like Coach Sarah has changed mine. So, like, it's something I want to do in the future. So
you got to go to work. You got to get another team together for next year.
It all starts over again. Absolutely, it does.
When these two are gone, I know that's going to be a hard time. And for you every year, I've talked to all the coaches here. You know, you get them for 2 years, sometimes through with a red shirt, but they move on. How hard is that for you personally? Forget the coaching side of that, personally, because you get inside these girls' mind and their heart and how to get things done here at Pearl River. But how hard is it for you when they leave?
Well, the more you know someone, I feel like it's easier to coach them. So, you know, their sophomore year is always that special year where you had that first year. You get to know them. And I'll brag on these two. They're amazing leaders on this team. And they both came in so open to learning anything. The growth that these two have had is unbelievable. When you look back at clinics that they came to in their senior year, and then to see, if you go back and watch their nationals performance, it's unbelievable.
Well, I know they got a lot from you. I know you're going to take things from her. Sammy, you and Zoe. But thank y'all so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
National champions. I like saying it.
I do too. I like hearing it.
Thank y'all. Sarah, Coach Sarah Smith, also Sammy Vaughan from Poplarville, and Zoey Feazell from Mendenhall. We're going to get back to action here. Thank you, ladies.